Discovering your true purpose. I'm going to love this video. So I'm going to say hello to my subscribers, my inner circles. You'll see an IC by their name, and also the super chatters. And then we'll start just in a few seconds here. So far I have Kai. How you doing, Kai? It's great to have you on here. There's Craig. There's John Tier. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you. A few more seconds here. We'll get started. There's Arthur. Thank you very much. Doing an inner circle tonight. Hi, Mary. Nice to see you guys. Love and appreciate you. We're here. Yep. Hey, Scott. Nice to see you on here. And we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's subject is discovering your true purpose. Discovering your true purpose. Now, one of the things I want each and every one of you to know that I think that you'll find very interesting is, as I personally was going through life, you would always hear these things from other people, right? From other people. They're basically called opinions, right? Or what they think is true. And so sometimes when people say to you that you need purpose, you need passion, you need all these things, right? It immediately puts us in a position where we don't have that. And we go, well, we can't really move forward. And so the one thing I want all of you to know is that through my life, I actually picked out my purpose, which is different than passion. Passion is the only way you're going to find passion. The only way you're going to find passion is if you spend time with yourself. See, a passion and a purpose is not duplicating somebody else that has your definition of success. See, that's very weird because you're unique. You have a very unique DNA. You're 1 in 400 trillion and one of chances of being alive at this date. And what we have a tendency of doing is we have a tendency, me personally, got all those little voices in my head, rah, 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 rah. And we always say that we need something. See, we need something. Well, if you basically are hearing yourself, if you're hearing yourself saying, I need fill in the blank, I need help, I need to figure this out, I need to have passion, I need to have purpose, all this stuff. See, we're searching for things because other people said we need that. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Gee, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like, what do you want in life? What do you truly, truly want? I don't know. I don't know. So all of us have this little intersection in our life. And the first thing I've shared this on many, many, many videos is usually, and if you guys listen to this statistic, you got to constantly think this way. You have to think this way. Is a majority of the people on the planet not only don't have an owner's manual, but they sure in the hell don't have it figured out. It's like not only haven't they figured it out, it's they don't know. So all of a sudden, if they don't know, then you got all this thing, and it's like, oh, I just don't know what I want to do with my life. Yesterday, I did a video, the meaning of life, and I got a lot of people that reached out to me and went, man, And so here's something that it will blow your mind, right? What if, I'm just saying what if, because when someone said this to me, it flipped everything for me. Just immediately flipped everything. The difference between passion and purpose is usually way, way bigger than us. Way bigger than us. So it's something that you take on that, world peace, it's like to get the whole world to love itself. The purpose is usually gigantic, right? And then here's the other thing is passion. Passion is just basically enthusiasm and excitement, being pumped up, whatever you want to say. Passion usually comes from, things that fulfill us, gives us joy. That's where the word passionate comes from, right? Could deal with romance. But being passionate is basically finding things that light you up. And usually what you do is you're trying a lot of things. So listen to this. What if you find your passion, and by finding your passion, it becomes your purpose? Think about that. So people go, well, I just can't move forward because I don't know what my purpose is. See, there's a lot of areas in your life, right? So you got the things that you love. If you just drew a circle, things that you love, right? That's usually has to do with passion and mission. Passion and mission, your mission in life, mission statement. You know what I mean? What I'm passionate about. And then you got your what you get paid for, right? You know, money isn't important unless you don't have it. I don't think I've ever said that. That's funny. And so how we get paid usually has to do with our profession and our vocation, right? So you got to understand that you got what you love. Sometimes that doesn't make you money. Your passion and your mission. And then down below, you got your profession and your vocation. And that's what we get paid on. Now, if you look at your other sides of how you can find your purpose, you find your purpose by trying a lot of things. Trying a lot of things. I'll say it again. Trying a lot of things. It's not the other way. You don't become passionate and do those things. You get passionate and excited by doing the thing. Are you listening to me? And so your purpose is the same way. It's like at one time, see, I was passionate about building things, bikes, motorcycles, snowmobiles. And then someone said, man, you should do that for a vocation. You should do that as a profession. So then I went to trade school, got my degrees. The next thing I know, I'm working for the wealthiest car builder in the world, Roger Penske. And it wasn't fulfilling me. I loved it. And I thought that that would be my thing. I thought that would be who I was. My goal was to be a crew chief, right? Then all of a sudden, when I got hurt on the job, it got me to reflect. And I was really good at it. And I got paid really good at it, but it didn't fulfill me. It didn't fulfill me at all. So when all of a sudden my friends asked me if I would come to the racetrack on Saturday or Sunday, all of a sudden I was going like, I work on cars all day. Isn't there this little funny story that you guys hear that, you look at a mechanic's car and it's like a piece of garbage, hardly holding itself together, because they will work on other people's cars and be passionate about working on other people's cars to help them. When it comes to them, that's when you understand that it's a purpose. When all of a sudden you got somebody like Roger Penske that just wants to build the biggest car dealerships and win the most Indianapolis 500s with the most drivers. All right. So now all of a sudden you got this thing on this side, and that is what is you're good at, right? So sometimes there's things that you can be passionate at that you're good, and that usually is a great intersection for not only your passion but also your profession. This is stuff that people are really, really good at, and they would do it for nothing. Are you listening to me? There's people like, like an author or a director, a person that's a screenwriter, people that are singers, people that are, I don't know, motivational speakers, or people that are coaches or trainers. It's like they would do it for free. They would do it for free. And so all of a sudden you look at the other thing, which is, what does the world need? Find a need and fill it. Find a need and fill it. So then this has to do with mission and vocation. So the sweet spot is right in the center, right in the center. So your passion, your mission, your vocation, and your profession, right in the center of all these things I talked about, is where your purpose is. So let me give you a neat example. When I all of a sudden decided that I wanted to be like somebody that inspired me, I said this on another video. The meaning of life is sometimes what you got to do. In my scenario, and a lot of people that I know, is you even hear about people like Tony Robbins, and Tony Robbins didn't know what he wanted to do until he started listening to Jim Rohn on audio. And then he found out about a seminar, and he went to that seminar. And that's when he said, you know what? I not only love this, but I love to do what Jim Rohn's doing. Right? And so same thing happened to me. When I seen my mentor, I was going like, wow, look at the impact this guy is making. He's making money. He's talking on stage. He's traveling the world, and he's helping other people that are the right people at the right time go, yeah, that's what I want. And you'll hear this a lot. I always tell people this: if you don't have this, I can guarantee you that this is not your passion or purpose, regardless of what it is. So wherever you're sitting, whether it's on your couch, your lounge chair, in a live audience, or whatever it is, if you're not nudging somebody in your mind, they don't have to be there. But if you just go, oh my God, if that person can do it, I want to do it. If that person is doing that, I can do that. See where that conviction of belief comes from? Because people will do things to want to make an impact because other people did them. And I was one of them. One of the things my mentor did that was just amazing, really amazing, is, of course, my first mentor owned race car teams. Listen to me. He owned race car teams. So at one time in my life, I not only wanted to be, work for him, but I wanted to be a crew chief. And I thought one day that I would be a race car owner, and I would own race cars. And that's what my passion is. I would do it for free until I did it. Are you listening to me? As soon as I got involved with my second mentor that understood marketing and helping other people make money, then I changed my purpose. I changed my passion. And when I went, wow, this guy not only helped me, but he helped other people. I like this. If he can do it, I can do it. And so now I started going down that path, and I consistently fell in love with it. I love helping people. I love getting them the aha moments. I love them, like we talked about in our podcast yesterday. Seeing someone get a significant emotional response and aha moment, and going, oh my God, I now understand this. So once you find your passion, the thing that you go, wow, if they can do it, I can do it. And it might be something that no one else has done. The situation is you got to consistently try things. So now all of a sudden I thought I'd be a car owner. So, me and David built a Dre car, one of my best friends. And then it was like, nah, I don't want to drive it. You drive it. And, I really like helping people. This is more self-serving for me. And then in that, I helped put together a deal for a car that won the Michigan 500. And I'm like, This is really cool. This is really cool, having my pager go off because I'm in the Borg Warner's, circle, watching Andre Rivera get a trophy, the Borg Warner trophy for winning that race. And I was like, this is really freaking cool. This is really awesome. But this isn't it. This isn't it. And so that's when I started dabbling in other things. And my mentor was big into training, really big into training. He did, I watched my mentor make $12 million in one weekend. And it's documented on tape. Documented on tape. John Stossel, that worked with Barbara Walters and Hugh Downs for 2020, which I ended up on. My little claim to fame, my little couple of minutes with 40 some million people watching it. And one of the things that happened during that is John Stossel snuck into an event that cost $850. And I forget, there was like 8,000 people there. It was ridiculous when you figure out those numbers, right? And so I understand, please listen to me closely. I really understand where I was going, maybe what I need to do is, what Eric Worre or Ray Higdon or Tony Robbins or Brendan Burchard, these people that have these giant events, and then, that's what they do. And every time I went down that road just a little bit, it was like, no, this isn't it. This isn't it. And so I did that because my mentor did that. Listen closely. So I did that because my mentor did that, thinking that it would do good. When I first started building a brand, I hired a lot of people, Frank Kern and Brendan Burchard and even Ray Higdon, because I seen where he was building these blogs at the time. And I hired those people. I did everything they told me to do. And it turned out to be like work for me. It was like this thing that we ended up just doing to make money. And it not only wasn't passionate for me, I didn't like where it was going because I didn't see the results that I was doing for other people. But our income went way down. And then me and Matt had a conversation, my son, where he said, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. This is not fun. And that's when we shut that all down, our brand. And then we said, hey, you know what? We'll go back into network marketing. So I want you to understand that a lot of you might be doing things. And on top of that, you're going, I just don't know what my passion is. I don't know what my purpose is. So maybe what I need to do is find my meaning to life, find my passion, find my purpose, and then I'll go do the deal. To me, that's what everyone says, but just like everything, it's the exact opposite. So what you got to do is try things. Wow, this is exciting. This has got purpose. Even being involved in a marketing company. And then all of a sudden it's like, wow, I love helping people. And I love, sharing my wisdom and helping them learn to love themselves and be unique and believe in their abilities, and then understand that it's just a numbers game, that you got to connect with the right people at the right time. And then after you do that, all of a sudden you get results. Wow. All of a sudden I found the right people, and now my income's going up. Their income's going up. Now what would be my purpose? Well, wow, if I did this locally or just did it with a few people, maybe I could do it with 100. Maybe I could do it with 500, 1,000. Maybe I could do it with 10,000. Maybe I could do it with, and so behind that, then all of a sudden I found my purpose. through my passion. And that's when all of a sudden I started making goals that were bigger than me. Like find the greatest of all times in this industry and find out that they have like 1.5 million people active, and that the company, not that money's the measurement, I mean the deal, but it is a measurement. So you got a company that's, these guys have been in the industry for 80 years before they died. And all of a sudden, their company is doing $8 billion and they have 3 million people. So now all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is something that I could do worldwide. This is something that I could do in every country and help people all over the world. And then the purpose is like, wow, then if I made that money, I could find things. I have donated to many, 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 many things. And I've given and no, no, given, no. And it wasn't that I was looking for praise and recognition for donating. It just didn't give me that wow feeling. And then I found it. So how I found my purpose was, again, doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this, which the rest of the world calls failures. I call this looking for the diamond, looking for the gold. And so all of a sudden I'm giving, 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 giving. Oh, wow, that felt good. I'll give a little more. Wow, that felt better. And so that went from, hey, I support, a guy, Angel and Matthew, and this couple wants to build an orphanage. And I went, yeah, I'll do it. And then all of a sudden we built the orphanage. Then with a little bit more money, it could take care of more children. And then with a little bit more money, it could be a bigger school or multiple schools, like one in India and one in Jamaica. And then all of a sudden, you just keep doing that. You just keep doing that. And it's like all of a sudden, wow, what if it could be 2,500 kids than it is? Then what about 25,000 kids? What about 250,000 kids? What if there was a way that I could make a difference and a small impact in all the people that are orphan or in kinship, which basically means they are not being raised by their biological parents for whatever reason. So again, I want to share with you, you got to first find your passion. And passion is not something you do every day, that you don't want to do every day, that you can't figure out how to get fulfilled and excited about the vision. So again, you got to be a daydreamer and you got to have a vision that inspires success in others now. They'll come to you and they'll attract you if all of a sudden you become that person that wants to create that vision, whatever that is. And so again, you will find your purpose after you find your passion. And how you find your passion is doing a lot of things. I want to close with this. My wife is extremely passionate and found her purpose. And being my wife, having children with me, and being there for them. The one thing I want you guys to hear, and I know that women are going to love this, and so will fathers. But do you realize that every successful person in the world that achieved unhuman things had a mom and a father? All of them. And so don't mess up if you find passion and you just love, supporting and building a family. Maybe you turn that into a passion by teaching other new mothers or mothers that are having difficulty and learning to teach them how to be passionate and having a purpose and being a wife and a mother. So when you look at a lot of these things, we all know these stories, and I'll leave this with this story. me, I just getting my confidence. I must I remember it was after I got a $10,000 check. This was 37 years ago. And so my passion and my confidence and my belief was on an all-time high. And we didn't have the internet, so I used to go to malls and go to between 11:30 and 1:30. I would go there, because everyone would be in the food court, and that's where I talked to strangers. That's where I learned to talk to strangers, and I got really good at it. I could go out, in those couple hours and get 70 names on a piece of paper, when my goal when I first met my mentor is trying to get 70 people to watch a video in a month. Now I got this down, and I'm so confident that I can get 70 names in a day. Now, those names needed to be called when they got home from work, and then some of them they had to schedule to watch my video, right? So we live in a really, really incredible time. But I remember just walking on a cloud, being confident, and I was walking out of the mall. I was done. And this janitor was mopping the floor, and he was whistling. And I could just see it, man. He was just, going amazing. And I walked up to him and I said, "Hi." And he goes, "Hi." And I said, "How are you?" And he says, "I'm the happiest man on the planet." And I could feel it. Not that I just heard it, I could feel it. And I said, "Really?" I said, "Why?" And he goes, "I found the woman of my dreams. We got married. Then we both just became US citizens." And he goes, "And on top of all that, I now have a baby boy." He's going, "Man, and he was Hispanic, and he's like, "Man, I'm the luckiest man in the world." And immediately in my mind, in my heart, I went, "Man, I am so proud of you. I am so, so proud of you." And he goes, "Thank you." And there is not a speck of anything in my body that went, "Hey, by the way, are you open to a business opportunity right now? Do you know of anyone that would like to make extra money?" No, I didn't say anything. I said, "Thank you for making my day." And I shook his hand and I walked off. When you can identify that a janitor, a person that found his way into this country, got a job, found a wife, became a US citizen, and now has a baby boy and he's got a job, and that person is passionate. I know people on this planet that wouldn't be the people they are today if they didn't have a passionate mother and father that just went through. I recently, without getting into any longer story, about Jeff Gordon, one of the top 5 NASCAR drivers of all time, and his stepfather was extremely passionate about making sure that his stepson, his bonus child, got a chance to race go-karts. And so they passed a law in California that you needed to be a certain age. So he went to Indiana, where the Indianapolis 500 was. And he went there because people were racing go-karts at the age of 12 and 13. Wow. And so, you can be passionate and have purpose, and helping somebody else's purpose come to pass. So sometimes, instead of looking for your own purpose, find other people that are passionate and have a purpose. They have a vision. They're constantly talking about it, and just help them make it happen. I truly believe that everything that we want in life everything we want in life is we got to learn to give it before we get it. So people want praise and recognition, but they don't give anybody else praise and recognition. They want people to comment and love on their post, but they don't do it first. They want to be loved and appreciated, but they don't love and appreciate others. Isn't that crazy? So people want passion in their life and they think, no, I want purpose in my life, but they never ever took the time to help somebody else with their passion and purpose. See, I know for a fact that I got my passion and purpose by hanging out with other people that already had a vision, a passion, and a purpose. And that becomes addicting. That becomes addicting. So you could be like me, where you got involved with a number of different people that had a vision, purpose, and passion in their life. And maybe it's just for a season. See, I'm one of those people that, I don't feel like I'm quitting anything. I feel like I dove into it. We did well with it, but it's not my purpose. It's not my passion. I'm not passionate about this. So then I look for something else, look for something else, look for something else, find the right combination and follow a person that already has what I'm looking for. So I hope that helped you. I love and appreciate you. If no one's giving you permission to be happy and fulfilled, successful, let me give that to you. My mentors did that for me. Do me a huge personal favor and share this video with people that go, I just don't know what my passion is. I don't know what my meaning in life is. And again, a lot of people with, goal setting and all this stuff that they say that you need, when you find out later, 1 or 2 years later, that they're doing something totally different than what they were telling you to do. That's usually what happens. So share this video because people can still be doing things, building results, practicing, getting skillful in their journey of finding what really makes them passionate, which then they can see something that's bigger for them in the world. And that's when it turns into a purpose. So see you on the next video. For the Inner Circle members, we're doing an Inner Circle meeting tonight. For 3 o'clock. Is that 3 o'clock Pacific? 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock Eastern. I'm sure Craig already posted it in here. So you guys can be a part of the Inner Circle and ask me any kind of personal thing that you need to help you find your passion and your purpose. Love and appreciate you and talk to you soon. Bye for now.